Imagine waking up and seeing $10,000 securely sitting in your own bank account. Not borrowed money, not credit, but your money. Picture the feeling of security, the sense of possibility. Maybe it's the safety net of a solid emergency fund, the seed money for an investment that could grow, the first major chunk for a down payment on a home, or simply the profound peace of mind knowing you have options. Hitting that first truly significant savings milestone, like $10,000, is more than just a number. It's a transformation. It builds confidence, proves you can achieve ambitious financial goals, and gives you a buffer against whatever life throws your way. And I know what you might be thinking. $10,000? That sounds impossible for me right now. My income barely covers the bills. It's easy to feel stuck, like saving substantial money is only for people who make significantly more. But what if I told you that saving your first $10,000 is not only possible, but potentially much faster than you currently believe? Yes, even if you're currently working with a low income, this video is your roadmap. Welcome back to your channel. Here, we cut through the financial jargon and give you clear, actionable strategies to build genuine, lasting wealth and take control of your money. We understand the challenges of living on a tight budget, the constant balancing act, the unexpected expenses, the feeling that every dollar is already accounted for before it even hits your bank. The idea of accumulating thousands of dollars can feel like a distant fantasy when you're in that situation. But achieving that first $10,000 milestone is incredibly powerful. It's often the spark that ignites a lifetime of smart financial decisions. It proves to yourself that you have the discipline and capability to manage and grow your money. This video isn't about unrealistic expectations or risky shortcuts. It's about applying smart, focused, and practical strategies that, when combined, can dramatically accelerate your progress towards that 10K goal, regardless of your current income level. We're going to break it down into clear, actionable steps you can realistically start implementing today to change your financial trajectory. Before we even get to the practical steps, we must talk about mindset. Saving aggressively, especially on a low income, isn't just about numbers. It's fundamentally about your beliefs and your psychology around money. You have to believe it's possible for you. Many people with lower incomes carry limiting beliefs about money, that they'll always struggle, that rich people are just lucky, or that saving is pointless until they make real money. These beliefs are self-sabotaging. Your income level is a circumstance, not a destiny. Building that $10,000 buffer requires a shift from a scarcity mindset, I don't have enough, to a focus on control and opportunity. How can I make the most of what I have and strategically increase it? You need to cultivate patience and delayed gratification. That $10 coffee today might bring temporary pleasure, but foregoing it consistently brings you closer to the much bigger, more secure feeling of having $10,000. Visualize the $10,000 in your account. How does it feel? What does it allow you to do? Keep that vision alive, especially when discipline feels hard. This mental shift is the foundation upon which all the following steps are built. Without the right mindset, even the best strategies will fail. Step 1. Become a money detective. Track and understand every dollar. All right, let's start with the absolute foundational step. You wouldn't try to lose weight without knowing how many calories you're consuming, right? The same applies to saving money. Step number 1 is to become a forensic money detective. You need to know exactly, down to the last dollar, where your money is coming from and, more importantly, where it is going. This isn't about judging your past spending. It's about gaining crystal clear awareness and control over your current situation. For a concentrated period, ideally 30 days, meticulously track every single dollar you spend. And I mean every dollar. That coffee, that bus ticket, that impulse purchase at the convenience store, that online order you forgot about. How do you do this? You have options. The old school way, a small notebook and pen, simple, effective, and forces you to manually acknowledge every transaction. Spreadsheets, Google Sheets or Excel. Create simple columns, date, description, category, amount. This allows for easy totaling and analysis later. Budgeting apps, Mint, YNAB, PocketGuard, Personal Capital, Simplify, or even just your bank's app can often link accounts and automate much of the tracking, though you'll still need to check categories. The key is consistency. For 30 days, make a note every single time money leaves your possession. At the end of the month, categorize your spending: rent, utilities, groceries, transport, entertainment, subscriptions, debt payments, miscellaneous. Don't just total it, look at the individual transactions within each category. Where are the surprises? Where are the little leaks you weren't aware of? Many people are absolutely floored when they see the hard data. Those small, seemingly insignificant purchases add up incredibly fast. $5 here, $10 there, multiplied over 30 days, it can be hundreds, even thousands of dollars flowing out without you consciously realizing it. This tracking phase isn't about budgeting yet, it's purely diagnostic. You are gathering the data you need to make informed decisions in the next step. You cannot effectively cut expenses or create a realistic savings plan if you don't have a precise understanding of your spending habits. This single step is the most powerful tool for revealing your financial reality and is the essential bedrock for saving anything significant. Take this step seriously. It will be eye-opening and empowering. Step 2. Implement Ruthless Cutting for a limited time. Expanded. Now that you have your spending map from Step 1, it's time for Step 2. Implementing Ruthless Cutting. And yes, I used the word ruthless intentionally. When your goal is to save $10,000 fast, particularly on a lower income, you need to be aggressive with expense reduction. But crucially, this is often for a limited, focused time, say the next 3, 6, or 12 months. This isn't about permanent deprivation. It's a temporary sprint to build your initial financial cushion. Look at the categories you tracked in Step 1. Where can you make significant, immediate cuts? Food. This is often the biggest area for savings outside of housing. Can you stop eating out entirely for a few months? Pack your lunch every single day? Plan your meals based on grocery sales? Cook in bulk? Reduce reliance on convenience foods? Shop at cheaper grocery stores? Cut down on expensive coffee shop trips? Even small changes here, like replacing a $5 daily coffee with homemade for 50 cents, saves over $1,300 a year. Subscriptions. Review every subscription. Streaming services, gym memberships you don't use, software, box subscriptions. Are you really getting value? Cancel anything non-essential, even if it's just temporarily. Entertainment. Find free or low-cost activities. Parks, free community events, libraries, free books, movies, and internet, hosting potlucks instead of going to restaurants, hiking, biking, transportation. Can you carpool, use public transport more often, walk or bike short distances? Plan errands efficiently to save gas. If you have a car payment, is downsizing an option, at least temporarily? Bills. Can you negotiate your internet or phone bill? Call your providers and ask for lower rates, or look for cheaper plans. Are you overpaying for insurance? Shop around. Shopping. Implement a strict needs versus wants policy. For this focused savings period, almost everything should be a need. Avoid impulse buys by creating a buffer. If you want something non-essential, force yourself to wait 24 or 48 hours. Often, the urge passes. This step requires discipline. It will feel restrictive at times. You might have to say no to social events that cost money. You might miss certain comforts, but constantly remind yourself why you are doing this, for the security and opportunity that $10,000 will provide. Think of every dollar saved as a soldier marching towards your $10,000 army. When you cut that $20 subscription, that's 20 soldiers added immediately. Also, consider selling things you no longer need. Go through your home with a critical eye. Clothes you don't wear, unused electronics, furniture, books, decor. List them on platforms like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Poshmark, etc. Be aggressive about pricing to sell quickly. Every dollar earned from selling goes directly into your savings, bypassing your checking account entirely if possible. This isn't just cutting expenses, it's liquidating unused assets to fuel your savings goal. Step 3. Supercharge your income aggressively. Cutting expenses is vital, but there's a limit to how much you can cut. There's no limit to how much you can potentially earn. This is where step 3 comes in, aggressively increasing your income and directing all of that extra money straight towards your $10,000 goal. This is especially critical if you're on a low income, as even small increases in income can make a dramatic difference in your savings rate. Think beyond your primary job. What can you do in your spare time? Active side hustles. Delivery gigs, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart. Requires a car and time, but flexible. Ride sharing, Uber, Lyft. Requires a car and time. Task-based work, TaskRabbit, handyman, moving, cleaning. Pet sitting/dog walking, Rover, or local clients. Freelancing skills, writing, graphic design, web development, social media management, virtual assistant tasks, video editing, transcription. Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, TopTal connect freelancers with clients. Online tutoring. If you have expertise in a subject, platforms like Chegg or Schooly. Cleaning services, residential or commercial cleaning. Selling crafts or art, Etsy, local markets. Manual labor, yard work, moving help. Passive-ish income, may require initial effort. Selling digital products, ebooks, templates, printables. Affiliate marketing, promoting products and earning a commission, takes time to build. Stock photography, videography. Starting a small blog or YouTube channel, like this one. While not fast for initial income, it can grow. Prioritize side hustles that align with your skills, available time, and interests, but most importantly, focus on ones that can generate cash relatively quickly. Delivering food or offering cleaning services can get you paid within days or a week. Freelancing platforms might take a bit longer, but can yield higher amounts per task. Don't underestimate the power of even a modest side hustle. Earning an extra $15 an hour for just 10 hours a week is $150. Over a month, that's $600. Over a year, that's $7,200. Combine that with expense cutting, and $10K becomes achievable much faster. Also, consider leveraging your current job. Are there opportunities for overtime? Can you take on extra shifts? Can you negotiate a raise? Even a small raise can significantly impact your annual income and savings potential over time. Prepare your case, highlight your value, and ask for what you're worth. Remember, all extra income generated from these efforts during your focused savings period goes directly into your savings account. Don't let it blend into your regular spending money. Treat it as sacred future 10K money. Step 4. Automate your savings. Make it effortless. Expanded. This is where you hack your own behavior and leverage the power of automation. Step 4 is to make saving non-negotiable and effortless by automating it. We humans are prone to temptation and procrastination. If you wait until the end of the month to save whatever is left over, there will almost never be anything left over. Life happens, expenses pop up, or you just feel like you deserve to spend it. The solution? Pay yourself first, automatically. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to a separate savings account every single time you get paid. This transfer should happen ideally the day after your paycheck hits, or even better, see if your employer offers direct deposit splitting, where a portion of your check goes directly into savings before it even reaches your checking account. How much should you automate? As much as you possibly can after covering your absolute essential expenses: rent, minimum debt payments, essential utilities, basic groceries. This amount will be higher now that you've implemented Step 2, Ruthless Cutting, and potentially Step 3, Income Boosting. Even if you start with a small amount, like $50 or $100 per paycheck, set up the automation. As you find more ways to cut expenses or earn more, increase the automated amount. Why a separate savings account? Psychologically, money in a different account feels less accessible for everyday spending. Ideally, this account is a high-yield savings account, HYSA. While interest rates fluctuate, HYSAs typically pay significantly more interest than traditional savings accounts, helping your money grow a little faster, though the primary driver will be your saving earning. Look for online banks offering competitive HYSA rates. Ensure it's FDIC insured in the US or equivalent in your country. Make it slightly inconvenient to access, maybe no debit card attached, requiring a few days to transfer back to checking.
Give this savings account a name that reflects your goal, like My 10K Launchpad or Future Security Fund. This reinforces the purpose. Automating your savings removes the decision fatigue and the temptation. It builds consistency effortlessly. Seeing that separate balance grow automatically is incredibly motivating and provides a tangible representation of your progress.
Step 5. Set a timeline and stay accountable. Saving $10,000 needs to be a concrete mission, not a vague wish. Step 5 is to set a realistic but ambitious timeline and build accountability. Saving someday rarely happens. Saving $10,000 in the next 12 months gives you a clear target and creates urgency. Look at the numbers from steps 1, 2, and 3. How much have you been able to free up by cutting expenses? How much extra income are you realistically generating or planning to generate? Add these two amounts together. That's your potential monthly savings capacity. Now, divide $10,000 by your estimated monthly savings capacity. This calculation gives you a rough estimate of how many months it will take. For example, if you figure out you can realistically save $500 a month by combining cuts and extra income, $10,000 divided by 500 equals 20 months. If you can free up or earn an extra $800 a month, $10,000 divided by 800 equals 12.5 months. This calculation provides your initial timeline. Is that timeline acceptable? If 20 months feels too long, you know you need to either cut more drastically, step 2, or earn significantly more, step 3. If 12 months feels achievable but tough, that's a great target. Set your end date. Now, how to stay on track. Accountability and tracking are key. Track your progress visually. Use a spreadsheet, a budgeting app, or even a physical chart on your wall. Seeing the numbers grow and the gap to 10K shrink is powerful motivation. Update it regularly. Weekly is great. Find an accountability partner. Share your goal with a trusted friend, family member, or partner. Ask them to check in with you regularly. Knowing someone else knows your goal makes you less likely to slack off. Join an online community. There are numerous online forums, social media groups, and communities focused on saving money, personal finance, or side hustles. Sharing your journey and seeing others' progress can provide support and motivation. Schedule regular check-ins with yourself. Put a monthly meeting with yourself in your calendar to review your progress, analyze your spending from the past month. Even with automation, tracking helps. And troubleshoot any areas where you're falling short. Adjust your strategies as needed. Life happens. Be prepared to adapt. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Some months might be tougher than others. Don't get discouraged by setbacks. Just refocus and get back on track. The timeline and accountability structure are there to help you navigate the journey. Addressing common pitfalls. As you embark on this mission to save $10,000, be aware of common traps. Lifestyle creep. As you potentially earn more from side hustles or cutting expenses, don't let that extra money slowly get absorbed into your regular spending. Remember, all extra income goes towards the 10K goal during this phase. Getting discouraged. Saving money, especially significant amounts on a low income, is a marathon, not a sprint, even with aggressive strategies. There will be challenging weeks or months. Don't give up. Remember your why and look back at how far you've already come. Not automating. Relying purely on willpower to manually transfer savings is a recipe for failure for most people. Make it automatic. Lack of clarity. Trying to save without knowing where your money is going is like trying to navigate without a map. You'll wander aimlessly. You must track first. Comparing yourself to others. Everyone's financial journey is different. Focus on your own progress and celebrate your own wins, regardless of what others are doing. What happens after $10,000? Hitting that $10,000 goal is a monumental achievement, especially coming from a low-income background. But it's not the end. It's a launch pad. What does $10,000 unlock? A solid emergency fund.
10K is often enough to cover 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses for many people, providing incredible security. This is usually the first priority. Capital for investing. Once your emergency fund is secure, 10K is a fantastic amount to begin investing in the stock market, real estate via REITs or crowdfunding, or other assets to start building long-term wealth. Opportunity fund. It could be the buffer you need to quit a low-paying, soul-crushing job and transition to something better, or to invest in training or education for a higher-paying career. Down payment. It's a strong start towards a down payment on a car, house, or other significant asset. The skills and habits you build saving that first $10,000, the discipline, the tracking, the income generation, the automation, are the true wealth you accumulate. These habits will allow you to tackle even bigger financial goals in the future. Conclusion and final thoughts. So, there you have it. Saving your first $10,000 fast, even with a low income, is not a fantasy. It is an achievable goal that requires focus, discipline, and consistent action across 5 key areas. Becoming a money detective by tracking every dollar, implementing ruthless short-term expense cutting, aggressively boosting your income through side hustles and earning more, automating your savings to make it effortless and consistent, setting a clear timeline and staying accountable to your goal. Combine these strategies with the right mindset, believing in your ability, practicing delayed gratification, and staying focused on your why, and you have a powerful formula for success. This journey will challenge you, but it will also empower you in ways you can't imagine. That $10,000 represents not just money, but freedom, security, and proof of your own financial capability. What is the very first step you are going to take today based on this video? Will you download a tracking app, set up a simple spreadsheet, research side hustle ideas in your area? Let us know in the comments below. Declaring your first step is part of the accountability. If you found this deep dive helpful and are ready to take control of your money, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for more practical, no-nonsense strategies to build wealth and achieve financial freedom. Hit the bell icon too so you don't miss our future videos. Thank you for watching, and I'm excited to hear about your journey to your first 10K.